Okay guys, Bill from Ordinary Everyday Angler here. Today I want to jump into a subject that's been around for a while, but is certainly gaining a whole lot of speed in the fishing industry, which is Ned Heads. I'm not going to go into great detail on this. I'm just going to go over a few of the things that I do and maybe introduce you to a few different things. We're getting really late in our fishing season where I live. And so I'm actually getting ready to start transitioning over from being out on the boat to ice fishing probably within the next month and a half to 2 months. I'm going to try to get some more fishing in, obviously, but it's weather permitting. We're down to most mornings being around 30 degrees and highs throughout the day of mid 40s at the most. So really starting to transition out of the being on the water. So anyways, a lot of where I fish is a large river, obviously the St. Lawrence River. You've seen some of the videos from some of the smallmouths. And so there's varying degrees within the river of locations to fish. So I probably do things different than a lot of other people do, but I'll probably get some slack for it. But I'm going to tell you what I do and a little bit of why. So Ned Head is a finesse tactic, if you're not familiar with it. And it's, I've heard a lot of people say that it's so simple that when they first heard about it, they didn't even want to try it because it was too simplistic. So basically what Ned Head is it's a mushroom head jig. Most all of them have the the bait keeper on them. They range in size from down to 1/32 all the way up to normally the high end is around 3/8 of an ounce. For my area, when I'm fishing shallower, 15 feet and up, and mild currents, I like to throw a 1/8 ounce. It's just me. And the particular one that I've been throwing, and I'm in the process of actually changing over to a different one, is the Strike King. What I'm changing over to is a Woo Tungsten. No chip paint on it. This one is a 3/8 ounce. This one I throw when I'm in deeper water, and I'll use these in 30 plus feet of water. The St. Lawrence River is known for some nasty currents in different areas, and so most guys wouldn't even consider throwing a 3/8 ounce Ned Head. I do because of the currents. But I really like this head. I like the hook profile. I've had the Strike Kings bend, and I've lost fish because of it, and I have yet to have that happen with the Woo. So I'll put a link in the description down below for the Woo Tungsten. Check them out. They've got a lot of really good products, especially when it comes to tungsten weights, drop shots, Ned Heads, whole bunch of different stuff. Sorry about that. And some different colors too. So check these guys out. Bait wise, my go-to bait at the moment, because we all know they change, is the Bass Reaper Blunt, and it's in the witching hour color. It's really similar to the Z-Man TRDs with the elastic, but it's not as stretchy. I've had a lot of people that I fish with that are new to the Ned Heads that struggle with the elastics. Getting them on keeping them straight is where I see a lot of the guys that are newer to it have issues with the Elastec, and then getting it over the keeper. So Elastec's awesome. The TRD's absolutely awesome. And they catch a lot of fish, and you haven't got to change them. But like I said, a lot of the newer guys have issues with them getting them on, keeping them straight, and the last thing you want to do is have this thing all balled up and kinked up. With the Bass Reapers, I haven't had that issue. I haven't seen anybody have that issue. They're a lot easier to thread on without the Elastec. Not quite as durable, but you gain a lot with presentation when they're put on right. So this has been my go-to bait. This is the TRD Z-Man Peanut Butter and Jelly. This right here is the Bass Reaper Witching Hour, and it is my absolute go-to when I'm Ned heading. I also, if the fish in my area are on a craw bite, will use the Ned Bug from Strike King, which I've had really, really good luck with too, depending on what they're feeding on. I honestly can't tell you what this imitates in my area. The smallmouth in my area generally feed on gobies, crawfish, and shad. So I don't know what this imitates, colors, whatever, but it gets bit, and that's what's important. The other thing is the Strike King Ocho. Had good luck with this as well. This color pattern, and to be honest with you, it's eluding me right now, but I've had really good luck with this as well. And when all else fails, and I'm not getting anything to bite on my go-to baits, my Hail Mary right here is the Rage Red Watermelon Flake. I don't know why, but when nothing else gets bit, this gets bit. Baits, all of them come in a myriad of colors, you know, so you can find what you need. You know, the fish are going to tell you what they want to bite, right? So, you know, different colors, explore what works in your area. What works in mine might work in yours, might not. So, you know, I mean, that's on you guys. Rod-wise, 6'10", 7'6". Obviously, it's finesse, so you're going to want a lighter action. What I'm throwing currently, what I found to be my optimum medium, because throwing 1/8 ounce and lighter, and then being able to also throw a 3/8 ounce, is the Enigma Phenom 6'10" with a Valkyrie 300 series reel, and I absolutely love it. I can throw the lighter weights. I have enough rod to throw the heavier weights, and I still feel the bites. So that's my go-to setup for that. Line wise, I normally run 10, 12 pound braid with a fluorocarbon leader. This is where I'm gonna get slack, because for the 1/8 ounce, when I'm fishing shallower waters and lighter currents, I'll throw 6, 8, sometimes even 10 pound fluorocarbon for a leader on these. When I get up to my 3/8 ounce, when I'm in 30 foot of water or more, 20 to 30 foot of water, high current areas with a lot of rocks, I'll move up to 12 to 14 pound test fluorocarbon. When you're throwing these, this is how they sit. This is how they're meant to sit. So your line is right there. And when you're throwing 8 pound fluorocarbon and running this, hopping it and you're in heavy rock and heavy current, your line takes a beating. By moving up to 12 and 14 pound, what I found is that your line can take a little bit more of a beating. I've caught fish and had them come up with curly tails coming off the fluorocarbon for 10 inches, and some of them 3 and 4 inches long, and still landed the fish. 8 pound test, 6 pound test fluorocarbon would have been a lost fish. But that's my personal choice. Do I lose a little bit in action? Yeah, probably. Do I think that matters? I'd rather land 5 fish than lose 7 and land 2. That's just me. So this is, as I said, a brief rundown on Ned rigs and how I do things. I'll put a link in the description to the Bass Reaper baits, the Wu Tungsten, the Enigma rods. Check them out. Springtime, maybe we'll hop in the boat and I'll go out and do a whole lot more in-depth tutorial. We'll see how it goes. But in the meantime, hey, if it's sunny and warm where you're at, don't be afraid to try the Ned Heads. They're an awesome finesse presentation and they will catch fish. So, give them a shot, rip some lips, and good luck on the water. Thanks.